investigator is working with the Australian Federal Police to investigate relevant allegations. I am advised that the OSI remains focused on conducting its work expeditiously, thoroughly and fairly.
Independent Lydia Thorpe says she wants to have a role in writing the no case for the referendum pamphlet. Senator Thorpe is voting against an Indigenous voice to Parliament, arguing it won't do anything to help Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. She believes treaty is more important than voice, which would give First Nations people greater decision-making power. Senator Thorpe says she wants to explain her position as part of the no essay.
The no pamphlet, absolutely I'll be there. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. You know, we're going to have to sit in a room with people that we don't normally get along with. So looking forward to that journey, and we will continue to fight for treaty.
It's been confirmed a Pakistani father and son are on board the missing submersible in the Atlantic. They were on the trip to see the wreck of the Titanic when the vessel carrying 5 people lost contact. The family has released a statement asking everyone to pray for their safety. The state opposition has criticised time blowouts to construction projects at our public schools. Of 15 projects, 3 have been pushed out by 21 months, including the $15 million upgrade of Seaview Downs Primary School and the $12 million upgrade of Pimpala Primary School. Shadow Education Minister John Gardner says Labor has warped priorities.
They're in urgent need of repair. Those projects, which were supposed to be completed by the end of this year, pushed back more than a year into 2025. Those students, those communities, indeed students and communities at all of the 15 schools deserve better.
Education Minister Blair Boyer has disputed the claims. Australian researchers say regularly taking low-dose aspirin can increase the risk of anemia. The medication is sometimes used for patients with cardiovascular issues, but researchers have been examining if the risks outweigh the benefits for healthy older adults. Monash University's Associate Professor Robin Wood says it's a reminder to talk to your GP before taking any medication.
We found that there was a 20% increase in those who were assigned to the aspirin arm of the study compared with those who were taking the placebo tablet.
And Tom Cruise has attended the world premiere of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 in Rome. It's the 7th film in the series and will open in Australia next month. Now turning to 5AA sport, Australian spinner Nathan Lyon is hopeful the first Ashes test in England doesn't take the same course as the Edgbaston test 18 years ago. The home side won that match by just 2 runs, inspiring their first series win in over 2 decades. Australia need 174 runs to win the match on the final day with 7 wickets in hand. Lyon says it's all set for a tight finish.
There is going to be nerves, and there is probably a few similar things in that, but hopefully this time it doesn't go down to 10 and 11 and we don't have to worry about me putting pads on. But saying that, we'll see how we go, and I'll give it a crack if I have to.
Max Michelani has signed a 2-year contract extension with the Crows. He debuted in round 1 and has played every game since. And Martina Navratilova has received the all clear after undergoing treatment for throat and breast cancer. The tennis legend announcing her status on social media. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Hope Valley. There's a burst water main, Grain Junction Road near Hancock Road. Got lane closed there at the moment. We are slow going at Blythewood Road at Torrens Park due to works. Also slow South Road at Thebberton. Do have a lane closed at Hilton, so the Norababa Drive near Pearson Street. Speeds reduced. Look out for cameras, Baines Road, Morford Vale, and Chandler's Hill Road at Happy Valley. Head to Health offers free mental health services with no referral or appointment required. Visit headtohealth.gov.au. This message is brought to you by the Australian Government, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast. Cloudy this afternoon, showers tomorrow 15, Thursday showers and 14, showers again Friday and 16. Right now it's 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
We'll tell you the new grounds firming as gather-round favourites. A new Medibank hack has a hit you. The world holds its breath, frantic searching for a submarine missing near the Titanic. New findings on the health risks of the long-term use of aspirin, plus a crackdown on power price rip-offs, what to look for in your bills. I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
If the bank's declined your business loan, no worries. Universal Finance make business loans easy. No financials required. Unsecured business loans and business overdrafts. Universal Finance can help your business now. For lightning fast settlement, sometimes in just a matter of hours. See Universal Finance in Kent Town today. Or search Universal Finance right now. This is general advice only, and you should consider the terms and conditions before determining whether this advice is suitable for your situation.
Bunnings Trade can help you power up this tax time. Trade in your old 18-volt power tool battery at the tool shop and get $50 off your choice of twin battery pack. From top brands like AEG, DeWalt, Makita and heaps more. Conditions apply. Ends June 30 at Bunnings Trade.
Did somebody say wow? Beaumont's massive bathroomware catalogue sale is wow! Get up to 25% off vanities with basins, baths, loos and tapware all slashed. Plus up to 25% off all tiles. Wow, you'll be happy you chose Beaumont's.
G'day, it's Merv Hughes here. After years of snoring like a train, the missus sent me for a CPAP Direct sleep test. I'm sleeping quiet and waking up refreshed.
Head into CPAP Direct for our end of financial year sale. Masks starting from $169, CPAP machines from $899. Get massive savings on CPAP equipment at your local CPAP Direct store. Exclusive to CPAP Direct and partner stores. T's and C's apply.
Find your local store at cpap.com.au.
Buying a home is a huge investment, not just financially, but emotionally. So a professional inspection is a must. But remember, not all house inspectors are equal.
It's hard to believe this, but you don't need a builder's licence to be a house inspector. That's why it's important to choose House Inspect Australia for the most qualified team of inspectors in the nation.
If you thought a good house inspector was hard to find, well, take a look at House Inspect Australia. Don't risk a dodgy inspection. Be 100% sure. Go to houseinspectaustralia.com.au.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. On time, on budget, on the job.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
What's the best thing about winter? Definitely the Bob Burns Blinds Winter Warmer Special. Get super cozy with up to 40% off. That's up to 40% off our entire range of curtains and blinds, including our energy-efficient window coverings. With Bob Burns Blinds, you'll get that quality show home look, and you'll save money on energy bills by trapping the heat in your home. Get set for winter now with the Bob Burns Blinds Winter Warmer Special. Book your free measure and quote at bobburnsblinds.com.au.
So, have you been to this repairer before?
Nope.
Well, how do you know they'll do a good job fixing your car?
Because...
How do you know the price will be fair?
Well, it's because...
How do you know you can trust them?
Relax. It's because of the RAA approved repairer sign.
Oh, of course.
When you see the RAA approved repairer sign, you know you can trust them. Because we do. RAA, helping you every day too.
Keep on moving on.
RAA approved repairers are independent, not agents of RAA. T's and C's apply. Available from RAA.
Jade Robran on 1395, Adelaide's 5AA.
Welcome back to Afternoons. It's 11 minutes past 3 o'clock. A message here from Kerry, a Bombers fan. Hi, Jade, as a lifelong Bomber supporter. Seriously, this cancel culture faux outrage about our logo is truly pathetic. The poll on the club site, by the way, is 100% no. And I just can't believe this is even a story. Bah, to that story in a thimble. Yes, Kerry, I'm not a Bomber supporter, but I am with you. I would vote red hot no in a second. Now, we are live streaming, all thanks to Foodland Supermarkets. It's time now to talk about cars with our good friends from drive.com.au.
Riding along in my automobile, my baby beside me at the wheel. I stole a kiss at the turn of a mile, my curiosity running wild, cruising and playing the radio. With no particular place to go.
Trent Nicolette, good afternoon to you.
Hello, Jade. Hello, everyone.
Nice to have you here. Now, let's kick things off with a text message that's just come through. Ed says, I'm driving a 2016 Mitsubishi Triton. I've heard a whisper there is a new one on the way.
Ed, Ed's whisper is good. It's a very good bit of information he's got. There is a new one on the way. If you go to drive.com.au, Jade, everything that we know about the new Triton thus far is there. So it's going to be called the 2024 Triton, obviously, by the time it's launched. Everything we currently know is there. What I can tell you is that we will be able to go and have a look at it at the global reveal not far from the factory where it's built in Thailand at the end of July. So in about a month from now, just over a month, we'll be able to have a proper look at it. We'll be able to get you some detailed photos, some detailed information. We're going to be talking to the engineering team, some of the design team, getting a little bit more of the backstory of it. We may not be able to tell you straight away about pricing and local specification. We may, but it's unlikely that we will be that early. But we'll be able to give you a lot more information about it at the end of July.
How do these rank in the list of, the Hilux and then the
Isuzu D-Max, Volkswagen Amarok.
Thank you.
Yeah, I knew where you were going. That's all right.
I was trying to sound all car cool and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's like one mistake in 2 years. You're going okay. I think that what's really interesting with Triton, Jade, is it figures in the top 10 in sales, right? Like a couple of other Mitsubishi models have things like Outlander and ASX in the SUV category have been in the top sales figures for a long time. Triton has been a little bit behind the pace in terms of the fact that other dual cabs have been updated and redesigned more recently. So the Triton, I think it's coming up to about 12 years since we've had an all-new Triton. There have been a few facelifts and little model changes along the way. Still very popular, even though it's a little bit behind the pace. And I think the reason for that is incredibly reliable. So people buy one and they know that it's going to last the test of time, going to stand the test of time, and then they go and buy another one because they've had a good result with the first one. And then the other thing is that it's cost effective. Realistically, among those top dual cabs at the moment, and again, we'll have to wait and get more detailed pricing on the new one in the next sort of 6 months or so. But at the moment, the top sellers in that segment, things like Ford Ranger, Volkswagen Amarok now will be up there, Toyota Hilux and Isuzu D-Max. They're significantly more expensive than a Triton with all of the same gear in it. You're saving $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, maybe even a little bit more if you get a good run-out deal, if you get a Triton with the same amount of equipment in it. So therefore, Australians have really continued to buy the Triton because it's such good value for money.
Now, we are going to take a really short break. If you'd like to talk to Trent from drive.com.au about your car, 8223 is the number to call. On the other side, you've done an article about how to increase your car for sale. So we're going to get some tips, and I've got lots more messages coming through. If you want to talk to Trent, call in now.
Great leaders always make a difference, like Leader Computers, Australia's largest PC brand, built right here in Adelaide. If you know someone doing it tough that would benefit from receiving a Leader Computers 10.5-inch tablet 10W5 Pro, let us know. And maybe together with Leader Computers, we can help out. Visit the FIVEAA win page and tell us in 25 words or less who should be awarded a Leader Computer and why. All thanks to Leader Computers and $13.95, Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Are you feeling stuck?
Yeah.
At Maxima, we know a career can be harder to change than your car lane during peak hour. And the NDIS can feel like a 5-lane freeway has come to a standstill. Maxima is a not-for-profit with over 35 years' experience helping Australians change where they work and how they're living for the better. Speak to the team at Maxima and start to reimagine your future today. Call 1300 Maxima now.
I will. Thanks.
Whether a hobby or a full-blown dairy and livestock farm, they all have one thing in common: the need for good quality steel to keep livestock safe and secure. At Knorr Metals, we have just that. From rural fencing and gates to droppers, loading ramps and more, you'll find what you need for your farm. And if we don't, we'll source it for you quickly and at the best price. No matter what kind of farm you have, we'll help you out at Knorr Metals, 255 Grand Junction Road, Ottawa.
Here's another insane deal from DFibs Direct. Save 40% on your next defibrillator. That's right, save a staggering 40%. At DFibs Direct right now, you can save over 40% on the hard-signed defibrillator bundle. Go to dfibsdirect.com.au today and save thousands. Buy before June 30 and access the instant tax write-off. But hurry, this incredible offer is for for a limited time only and stocks are limited. dfibsdirect.com.au. Supporting SA all the way.
Harvey Norman is your one-stop shop for tax time essentials, and what you buy could be tax deductible. Great deals on your everyday products, like laptops starting from below $398, monitors from $199, mobiles from $99, printers from $54, plus a huge range of audio, fitness, connected home and accessories. Harvey Norman has everything you need this tax time, and buy before June 30 to claim in this year's tax return. Head into Harvey Norman today.
At Orana, we believe everyone should live the life of their choice. That's why we create opportunities for people with disability to live as independently as possible. Our homes are safe, welcoming, and above all supportive, where people can learn daily living skills, make friends, and get more out of life. We support people with an NDIS plan for a short stay or in their forever home. For independent living, make your home with Orana. Visit oranaonline.com.au. Orana, creating opportunities.
Did somebody say wow? Beaumont's massive bathroom wear catalogue sale is wow! Get up to 25% off vanities with basins, baths, loos and tapware all slashed. Plus up to 25% off all tiles. Wow, you'll be happy you chose Beaumont's.
Did you know at a New Orleans jazz funeral, mourners follow a marching band playing sorrowful music? Once the body is buried, the mood changes to upbeat jazz and dancing. To celebrate the life of your loved ones, choose simplicityfunerals.com.au.
Jade Robran, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
Riding along in my automobile, my baby beside me at the wheel.
Welcome back to the Car Show with Trent Nikolic from drive.com.au. Trent, we have got a couple of messages here. Andrew wants to know your thoughts on the Kia Seltos Sports Plus 2023.
Yeah, Seltos is really good. It's a very, very good option in that segment. It's right up there with the best in that segment, really. I mean, if you're talking about the mainstream models that aren't European, I think you look at Seltos, you look at Hyundai Kona, you probably throw Toyota CHR in there. And Mazda CX-30. But Seltos is certainly one of the best. I like the 7-year warranty. You get really good value for money with Kia as well.
Mary would like to know, hi Jade and Trent, could you please recommend a car to the value of $10,000, please?
I think what you do with that, you said that was Mary, Jade.
Excuse
me. Yeah, I think what you do with that, Mary, is you have a look first. And I do get asked this question a lot, right? Because a lot of people who are buying on the second-hand market have got a very strict budget. So if I was in your shoes, this is what I would do. I would work out what sort of car I want. So let's say, for argument's sake, you want to go with a small hatchback because you'll get decent cars for that sort of money in the small hatchback segment. So then what you do is you go, okay, the best options in that segment for me would be, if I give you three options, I'd say Kia Cerato, Toyota Corolla, Hyundai i30. Then what I would do is I would have a look at what $10,000 buys me with the lowest kilometres is what I would do then. So, if you can get a Hyundai i30 that's got 80,000 Ks or there's a Corolla that's got 140,000 Ks, generally speaking, you'll go with the lower kilometre car because you're getting a bit more life out of it as the second, third, fourth owner, whatever you might be. So I think start with the segment, then work out the couple of models that you like within that segment, and then work out which ones have got the lowest mileage. And
are you seeing prices for second-hand cars dropping a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's really interesting because during the whole COVID period, when we were speaking to car dealers, they were saying that the stories about, second-hand market going berserk weren't entirely true on the showroom floor. Mm-hmm. I think what did happen, Jade, is that collectible cars, left-field cars, cars that were sort of iconic that a lot of people had wanted, whether it was a Nissan Patrol or a Toyota Land Cruiser or some kind of Jeep or an off-roader of some kind, I think the values of those did go up during COVID. I think there's no doubt about that. But I then think that a lot of the second-hand market, the mainstream market, I think it stayed reasonably sane. I don't think it went completely crazy. What has happened, though, I think if you look at second-hand vehicles, Jade, that are under, say, 3 years old, I think they really went up during COVID, probably 20% or so, because you couldn't get supply of new vehicles. So a lot of people were going out and just buying a second-hand vehicle. That, I think, is starting to come down. I think those 2, 3, 4-year-old second-hand vehicles, I think, have started to come back to where they were pre-COVID.
Gotcha. Oh, that makes sense. Let's go to the Barossa Valley where we find Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hello, Jade. Hey, Trent.
Hi.
G'day, Matt.
Just wanted to, we're looking for a car for my 17-year-old son. We've got him a Ford Focus, but he's over 6 foot, and it's a bit small for him. So what do you think about the Holden Cruise?
Look, I think Holden Cruise, I was going to say, funnily enough, the small SUV segment's probably the one to look at because that will give him the space that he needs. And it's a really good point you make. If you are 6 foot or taller, there's a whole bunch of cars that are a little bit uncomfortable. I would have a look at a Holden Cruise, see what you can get secondhand. I haven't had a good look at them recently. The one thing I would say with Holden, because they're no longer in Australia in an official capacity, I'd make sure, and this could be as simple as just ringing up and asking the question, I'd make sure that whoever your local trusted mechanic is that you've been going to for years or you're thinking about going to because you've moved areas or you've noticed one down at the local shops, if you've got a mechanic that's somewhere near you that's a general mechanic, I'd ring them or I'd drop in and say, listen, I'm thinking of buying a Holden. Are you okay to service it? And can you access the service parts you need reasonably easily? If you can get those questions answered without having to drive across the other side of Adelaide to get your car serviced, then yeah, go for it, mate.
All right, awesome. Thanks a lot.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Matt. Cheers. And Trent, we've got another one here. Mary says she's got between 45 to 50,000 to buy an SUV. Safety is important. It's just for city driving. What could you suggest?
I think with that sort of money, Jade, you're going to go into the medium SUV segment. So the previous caller that asked about Seltos, for argument's sake, that's in small. So you're going to step up into, if you're using Kia as the example, you'd step up to where you've got Sportage. So that segment there, with that sort of money, first of all, if it's city driving, you only need a two-wheel drive. You don't need to worry about all-wheel drive. But it opens up the segment that's got Sportage, RAV4, Hyundai Tucson, Mazda CX-5, Nissan X-Trail, Mitsubishi Outlander. There's some really, really good stuff in that medium SUV segment. I think if fuel economy is your ultimate aim, you look at a RAV4 hybrid. But I think in terms of quality at the moment and value for money and the most up-to-date with the latest tech, it's Nissan X-Trail for us in that segment.
Trent, is there such a thing as, you know, we always used to go, oh, European cars, they're so beautiful and they're so much more prestigious. Is that still a thing with all technology these days?
Look, I think it's a perception thing still. I think the average person, you know, if you and I walked down Rundle Mall now and surveyed 100 people and said, if we drove past you in a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW or an Audi, would you perceive that to be a more prestige vehicle than a Toyota, a Mazda or a Kia? They probably would say yes. However, your point there about the technology is a really good one because you can go and buy the most cost-effective Kia or Hyundai or Mazda on the market and it's got all the same technology in it that a $500,000 Mercedes-Benz S-Class has got in it. So I think the technology has meant that you get a really strong premium feel even from cost-effective cars. And I certainly think that there's no doubt that if you own a Japanese or South Korean car out of warranty, it's going to be a lot more cost-effective for you to keep that on the road than an expensive premium European car. And I'd argue that the whole premium thing is about the ownership as well. It's not just about what it looks like or when you first buy it. So I think that gap has closed a lot. And I think, for argument's sake, things like Lexus, which is the luxury arm of Toyota, or Genesis, which is the luxury arm of Hyundai, they've proven that the Japanese and South Koreans are right there neck and neck with the European manufacturers.
Sharon has messaged in. I hope you can help her here. She says she's got a Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid on order. What do you think of these? Because she's been waiting 8 months so far and still no build date in sight.
Sharon, I've got good and bad news. The bad news, I'll get that out of the way first. I think you're still going to be waiting a little while, probably another 3 or 4 months. That's the bad news. The good news is it's an excellent SUV and it's very much worth waiting for. I think any of the Corolla Cross models, any of them, are really, really good. But any Toyota SUV is really good as well. So you're going to get, 5-year warranty, really competitive cap price servicing, and it's a good thing to drive. I think Corolla Cross is a really good size. It's a step up from the Yaris Cross. Really good size. Yeah, it's a fantastic vehicle. I know the weight is painful. I get that. And Jade, people are telling us that all the time, but it's worth it for that vehicle.
8 months, that's ludicrous though.
I had a guy tell me the other day he'd waited, I think it was 19 months for a Range Rover that he'd bought his wife that they had on order, nearly 2 years.
Far out. I wonder if that's worth it. I mean, I know they're beautiful, but...
It'd want to be when you got it, wouldn't it?
It'd want to make you breakfast, honestly. Now, Trent has messaged in, and he wants to know what you think of the Mazda CX-9 GT.
Yes, g'day Trent. I think it's a really good thing, CX-9. I think in that large segment, the thing with the Mazdas is that they are a little bit more of a driver's car. Mazda's always sold itself on, the advertising saying zoom, zoom is probably a bit, passé now, but they do bring themselves to the party as the driver's car. So I think that's very much something to consider. It's going to be a little bit sportier, a little bit more car-like to drive, but don't discount in that segment either things like Kia Sorento, and Toyota Kluger. Have a look at them as well. But CX-9 GT, yeah, great thing, really good.
Wonderful. Trent, thanks for joining us as always.
No worries. Talk to you next time, Jade.
Sounds like a plan. Trent Nikolic there, managing editor at drive.com.au. And some of those stories that we just spoke about today, you can find on their website at drive.com.au. We'll talk to Trent again next Tuesday. Now, I'm going to take a short break at today's headlines. Then on the other side, we are going to be joined by South Australia's own Alyssa Fraser. Now, you would remember her from winning the block in 2013. Now, with her sister by her side, her twin sister. Well, just recently, she has won the 40 Under 40 awards that were held here in South Australia. Now, why? Well, an incredible business story. She has launched a design and beauty company, which I think is very, very brave in the current climate that we are in right now. But not only has she launched it, it is going absolutely gangbusters. It is being built right here in South Australia. She's joining us next to share her story.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
April 4 to 7 next year is...
Gather Round.
Gather Round. This one will be in the school holidays for Queensland, Victoria and WA. Flights in and out of Adelaide have gone next level. Timmy, of course they have. Yeah. Of course they have.
Rowie and Timmy G.
Our Premier, Peter Malinauskas.
I think there's room for improvement. We are going to be looking at potential other locations in terms of venues.
4 p.m. weekdays on 5AA. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. A 25-year-old Adelaide man is in hospital in a critical condition after contracting meningococcal disease. Labor MPs have set up a committee to write the official case for the Indigenous voice to Parliament. Search and rescue crews are continuing their hunt for the missing submersible visiting the wreck of the Titanic. And in sport, rain is forecast on the final day of the first Ashes Test at Edgbaston. Australia will resume at 3 for 107, needing a further 174 runs for victory over England. The 5AA forecast, cloudy this afternoon, showers tomorrow 15. Right now it's 14. We'll have more news at 4 and, as it happens, on 5AA.
To stand the test of time, you need to be tough, made of the good stuff. You need style and tons of character, just like a Playford paver. Playford Pavers, one of the few companies that still make their own pavers for driveways, outdoor entertaining areas or paths in a great range of colours and textures. And because Playford Pavers make their own, you'll always pay less. Visit playfordpavers.com.au. playfordpavers.com.au.
When you build with Lamar Homes, you better start planning your housewarming. It'll be here before you know it. Lamar Homes have the advantage of moving a lot faster, so it could be a matter of months before you move in, not years. Plus, right now, Lamar Homes is throwing in $35,000 for your concreting, landscaping and fencing. $35,000 of extras and move in way sooner? Absolutely. T's and C's apply. lamarhomes.com.au. Here today, home tomorrow.
sooner. Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Ali from Go Vita Marion and Colonnades. This month we have a great offer on NutriVital Aged Black Garlic 1-a-day odourless capsules. Save 37% off recommended retail price with 30 capsules, now $11.95. Follow directions for use.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Uncross your fingers and your toes. In a climate like this, you can't leave the future of your business to luck. Start to strategise your business growth now with MGK Accountants. Build a business development strategy that grows your profits, scales your business and gives you time back for important stuff. The sooner we have the tough talks, the sooner you and your business can reap the rewards. Visit mgkaccountants.com.au today for a free initial business development consult.
The secret to owning the best house in the street isn't about the house. It's the fence. Cast Stone is an SA company with a bold reputation for premium quality fences designed to enhance your beautiful home. Walk down the streets of Adelaide's best postcodes and you'll see their heritage, traditional or modern stone pillars designed to suit solid walling, tubular steel, cast aluminium, brush fencing or timber slats. You haven't finished it until you've fenced it. View the gallery at caststone.com.au or arrange a consultation.
A beautiful veranda perfectly matched to your home, made tough from quality steel at Adelaide's best price. Bargain Steel Centre. We're manufacturers right here in Adelaide, so you buy direct and save. We'll come to you, measure up, then custom build and install. Large choice of colours and styles, fully welded so it's stronger, and we'll even handle council approval. Your new veranda at Adelaide's best price, or we'll beat it by 5%. Suppliers of Colorbond Steel, bargainsteelcentre.com.au.
$13.95. Adelaide's FIVEAA. This is Jade Robran.
Welcome back to Afternoons. It is 25 minutes to 4 o'clock. We are on the live stream, all thanks to Foodland Supermarkets. So you can jump on to YouTube, Facebook, and of course the FIVEAA website. We've been talking about this footy club today.
See the Bombers fly up, up to win the premiership flag. Our boys will play this grand old game.
So there's been a little bit of chitty chat coming out of Melbourne that they might rejig the logo because of the bomber symbol. A few people have had their two bobs worth in and said that, having a bomber logo doesn't really send the right message. Where are we going in life? Well, everybody that has been on the show today and a lot of text messages that are coming through are saying, are you kidding me? This woke brigade have got to stop. We've got Bruce in Green Acres on the line. Hi, Bruce. What are your thoughts?
Oh, hi, Jade. How are you?
Good.
Good. And just quickly, we really enjoyed the Best of SA dinner and enjoyed your interview with the Premier and so forth the other night.
Oh, good
thanks for splendid night for me all.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you
Well,
could come, Bruce. That's excellent.
Yeah, it was a
Thanks,
brilliant,
mate.
brilliant night. Thank you.
Yeah.
And just a couple of stories there in that regard. Well, I was with the Adelaide Uni Lacrosse Club. We were the Blacks. And one day we changed our names to the Penguins, perhaps because we just liked it. And there was no big deal about that. So I suppose we were ahead of our time there, and it saved some sensitivities down the track. So that worked out well. But it does happen. Teams evolve over the years. But in America, they have the Aussie Rules competition there, the USAFL, and a couple of teams did adopt the nickname the Bombers. Now, I'm not picking sides, just recounting the story. But every now and then, players from the Milwaukee or Orange County Bombers would get stopped in the airports because America weren't savvy with that team nickname and so forth. If somebody had Bombers on their tracksuit top in an American airport, sometimes they were detained even for an hour or two.
Oh, yeah.
So I know the OC Bombers that Graham Kellett from our Mighty Roosters also played for OC. They changed their nickname from the Bombers to the B-52s, and eventually when an Orange team entered the league, they became the Giants. And it probably just saved troubles in their airport systems anyway. Wouldn't be a problem in Australia, but in America, they were very sensitive about somebody having Bombers on their top, and they didn't know what the hell that was about.
Well, do you know what? I actually can see that point over there because, we've grown up with it since 1940. We've always known Essendon as the Bombers, but there's a whole different set of rules and regs when it comes to, dropping words like that at an airport, most definitely. Tom messaged and he says, the Washington Redskins went through the same thing. Now they're called the Washington Football Club. he says that's PC out of control. What are your thoughts? 8223 0000. Now, our next guest has just been named the winner of the 40 Under 40 Awards. Now, if you're a fan of The Block, you would recognise her from there, but she's gone on to create a beauty empire. Please welcome to the program Elisa Fraser. Lovely to have you in studio. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Lovely to have you on the program. Look, let's kick off things from where they first began. You won The Block alongside your twin sister, but before that, you were a police officer. So can I ask you, what was it like being a police officer with all this, design flair? You were born to be this designer, working as a cop.
Yeah, well, back when Lysandra and I were both police officers, we didn't know that we had this design skill, I guess, or flair. So it really hadn't been unleashed until we went onto The Block.
Okay.
We went onto The Block. I'd been a lifelong fan of The Block, and we'd watch it every night and think about how we would do the rooms and, we wouldn't have done that, we'd have picked this. And anyway, we were sitting, Lysandra and I were sitting in the room one night and we were watching the finale, and they'd won a ton of money that year. And we're like, we need to apply. And we applied and we got on. And then our plan was to get on, hopefully win some money, and return back to our normal lives.
And it didn't kind of pan out that way, did it? Because you won.
Yeah, we won. And then they asked us to do a back-to-back Fans versus Faves. And we knew that SAPOL wouldn't give us another year off.
Was it a full year, was it?
Well, it was a stint off.
Yeah.
And it was a career break, and we knew that they wouldn't give us another career break. So we had to make the decision then and there whether to hand in our badges. And it was no question for me. I just knew once we'd won, it was what I wanted to do. And it was like, when you've got all this money, you're spending other people's money. It's amazing, like, how creative you can be.
Oh, yeah.
And then, we went back on straight after and did another 3 months of a lot of hard work, and then came runners-up in that and decided to start our own interior design business. And that was nearly 10 years ago.
That is incredible, isn't it?
It's
because
mad.
a lot of people go on to reality TV and it really is only 5 minutes of fame. It's been a decade later. I just want to ask you, I'm a little bit of a renovator myself. I've done 3 and I just love it. I don't make a career out of it, of course, but I often watch the people on The Block and I love the creativity. But how hard is it?
Oh, no one will understand how hard it is. Like, the first block, it was an old rundown hotel, and we had 1 floor and there were 8 bedrooms and bathrooms. So we had to demolish and rip up all the carpet, take down all the beds, all the cupboards, scrape the vermiculite off the ceiling, demolish a full bathroom before we even started the week. Do you know, like, that was so taxing, but we were just completely on a high. We were running on adrenaline, and we would get into bed. So the normal week would be, you would maybe get to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. You'd set your alarm at 6 o'clock, so you're living on 3 hours sleep. Then towards the end of the week, when it was getting closer to reveal, you'd be up for 48 hours. And we did that for 17 weeks. And it was mad. It was mad. And we had children as well. Lysandra had a 1-year-old.
That is harder than childbirth and looking after a newborn by far.
Yeah, it was the best thing ever, but it was the hardest thing ever. And no one, unless you've done it, but actually, even if you've done it, the first one where we had to demolish everything was so hard. The second one wasn't as hard because we didn't have to demolish all the rooms.
See, that just sounds cruel. So were you best mates always, and then going into this, did you become closer?
Look,
or not so much?
Lysandra and I have a love-hate relationship, so we're not like the twins that are just like absolutely love each other and are like best friends and talk really nice to one another. Like, we're just not that. But we've got each other's back and we love each other. But, like, you know, if anyone watched it, we were fighting all the time. But, I could only do it with her. You can't, divorce your sister, and you can't, if it was a friend or, my husband, it would probably be different.
It'd be
but,
over.
we're so alike but so different at the same time, so we clash a lot, which was probably good TV. Really?
Absolutely.
Which is why they asked us back.
Spot on. So where did the creative juices, the design style come from then? If you didn't have it going in or you didn't think you had it, at what point did you go, oh, wow, we've actually got this?
I had it a little bit. Definitely, amongst all of my friends, I think I was probably the most stylish and house proud.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it stemmed back from our childhood. So growing up, we grew up with a single mother. We didn't have much money. We lived in housing trusts.
Yeah.
And I remember we were allowed to paint the walls and do it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going like, your friends would come over and it'd be hard not to, feel a bit embarrassed about the house. And so we painted it and we got creative, and Mum let us do suede paint on the walls. And I actually think it probably stemmed from that, looking at the environment going, how can I make this feel better? And it was a nice house. But I was still just, it was like, how can we make this feel like home? And that's where I actually reckon it stemmed from.
So let's fast forward to now, where you are still doing design, but of a complete, not houses.
Yeah. Well, so Lysandra and I, we have created, we launched our personal care range, Alive Body, 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, we were like, we actually need to be triplets here because there's just not enough of us. And that's a scary thought. And we were like, all right, we need to divide and conquer here. So Lysandra manages our interior design business called Elise and Lysandra Interiors.
Yeah.
And I manage Alive Body. So we've divided and conquered, but we still run the businesses together, but day-to-day operations we've had to separate. So, yeah, we're definitely still in the design industry business, but I've taken a sidestep over into Alive Body.
So tell us, what is Alive Body?
So Alive Body is a personal care range. It consists of our iconic interlocking duo. It's a hand and body wash and a hand and body lotion.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes now in 8 different colourways and scents. We initially launched with 3. And it came from we had purchased a property in Albert Park in Melbourne, and we had finished it, and we went to style the bathrooms, and we were in Melbourne. We spent the whole day shopping and trying to find something that was a little bit unique. We don't like doing things that have been done a million times, and we couldn't find anything. And that project didn't really go to plan. We should have made a lot of money on that, but we actually ended up losing money on that because holding fees. We were in the heritage overlay area.
Oh,
we couldn't do anything for 18 months. And then we bought at peak, and then we sold when the market was about to crash.
Mm.
And what, in hindsight, we should have held on to it for another year and, made a ton of money on it. But anyway, things happen for a reason. And, if that was successful, we would have jumped straight over and done another flip. And then we got back to Adelaide, and I was like, man, there's something in this. There is something in. We should approach a soap company and say, do you want to do a collaboration, and we'll do a designer range with you?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, stuff it. Let's do it ourselves. And so for 6 months, I just kind of locked myself in a room and created the brand and the concept and what it was, meant to look like, and a full vision, and literally sent a million emails trying to find suppliers and understand how you get a product-based business off the ground, and the whole product development, and then presented to the team. And well, when I say team, it was like Lysandra and Mia, our assistant at the time. And I was like, what do you think? And they were both like, love it. And so from there it was like full on. Game on. Yeah.
And look, you launched in just as COVID hit, which no one saw that coming. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing there's probably a few tears and, oh my golly, what does tomorrow bring? You've turned this into a multi-million-dollar business in such a short time during really what is a financial crisis all around the world. Are you pinching yourself right now? From a housing trust home with your mum to where you are today, Well done.
Yeah, I know. And I just got goosebumps because I don't take the time to stop and think about it. And when I do, it's bloody crazy. But when we were launching, it took 2 years in development to get it to the stage of launching. And it was literally the week that we were about to get locked in for COVID.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, I can't believe we're about to launch. And, we wanted to get into homeware stores and they're all closing down. And I was like, maybe we just hold off. Maybe we hold off this launch until, COVID's only going to be around a couple of months, right? And I'm so glad we didn't because people were at home. They wanted nice things for their house. What better thing to launch in the middle of a pandemic than hand soap? Everybody is washing their hands.
Yeah, so true.
And then it was just, it just built from there. And I always knew it would be successful. I just knew it. I knew it in my gut.
Why?
I've got it in intuition. I knew we were going to win the block. I knew we were going to get onto the block before we actually won the block.
Okay.
It's this intuition.
Yeah.
It's this gut instinct. But I didn't quite expect it to be this big. Yeah.
And I love that you are building it all here in South Australia. That's really important to you guys, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. People always say, well, are you going to go to Melbourne? Are you going to go to New South Wales? Are you going to, Victoria's, the place to be. And it's like, no, I couldn't. I absolutely love SA. Unless, I went over to America to live for a year with a family for something different.
Yeah.
I cannot see myself doing business or living anywhere else. I just absolutely love it. And I like that people, back in the day, pre-COVID, people would give Adelaide a bit of,
bit of stick.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear anyway.
That's it. You're not welcome.
We don't want to drive up our house prices. They're already expensive enough.
And then just recently, you've won the 40 Under 40 Awards, where that is a pretty elite group of women. What do you hope to bring to that? You've been on such a journey.
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago now.
Yeah.
Got nominated for the 40 Under 40 and got shortlisted. I applied, as a representative of a live body. We were there on the night and had my husband and my sister and a couple of employees and seeing all these people get winning these awards. And at the very end, my name got called and I was just like, I'm actually still in shock. Some of the people up there surgeons, and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing here? So to have my name called, it was a big honour.
Well, that's what keeps you so real and likeable and approachable, and it's well done. Congratulations. And if anyone's listening, where can they get online and buy and have a try?
They can jump on to alivebody.com.au. Actually, we've got our end of financial year sale, so
perfect
go
timing.
check that out. We've also got a stockist locator on our website. We're in over 750 stockists around Australia, so yeah.
Incredible success story. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You really, really deserve it, both you and your sister.
Yep.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Fresh to Tuesday nights. Catch the new FIVEAA Fishing Show with Crow's live wire Ned McHenry. Get hooks with the best intel on what's biting where and find out the best tips and tricks to get the next big one into the boat. Ned chats with the fishos in the know to help keep your lines tight. Catch the FIVEAA Fishing Show, presented by Ned McHenry, now Tuesday nights from 6:30 on Adelaide's FIVEAA.
As we all know, SA is going through a housing crisis right now, but McGain Real Estate really want to help. If you're a landlord looking to sell your property, but you're feeling a bit guilty about disrupting an awesome tenant, McGain have landlords ready to purchase your property and keep that tenant in place. The team at McGain have hundreds of landlords ready to buy investment properties, so there's no need to stress about asking the tenant to move out or waiting for the lease to end. Visit McGain.com.au.
Treat yourself to a winter getaway and unlock something extraordinary, a complimentary minibar. Book direct with participating SA Weekend Escapes hotels this winter and enjoy a free minibar upon arrival. Discover some of South Australia's hidden gems, from Berry to Victor Harbour to Kangaroo Island and more. Immerse yourself in picturesque landscapes, indulge in gourmet delights and embrace unique experiences. Visit saweekendescapes.com.au to unlock your free minibar and embrace the magic of South Australia.
This week at Foodland, Nescafe Blend 43 500 grams. Start your day right, just $17. Till June 20th while stocks last.
Foodland, the mighty South Aussies, yeah.
One epic night, $1 million, countless lives saved. Samri's Bright Walk is back July 22.
Yeah, it was amazing. What a way to spend a winter's night, and it all helps the Samri team to do their work.
Well, it was a really long walk, but it was so worth it. Thanks to my sponsors.
Samri's Bright Walk raises funds to cure disease and save lives at Adelaide's iconic cheese grater. Join the challenge and help create a brighter future. Register now at samribright.org.au.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
Imagine sleeping better, sleeping longer and waking with more vitality. Mini Jumbuck McLaren Vale has a range of Australia's favourite wool mattress toppers that increase sleeping comfort by up to 35%. Feel it for yourself. Visit us in McLaren Vale and you can explore mattress toppers plus wool quilts, pillows and protectors. And with factory direct pricing, you might want to sneak in some Ugg boots and comfy wool clothing too. Mini Jumbuck, Australia's favourite wool bedding products for over 45 years. Open 7 days in McLaren Vale.
Right now with Bupa, get up to 10 weeks free when you join on eligible products. Plus, 300 everyday rewards dollars. T's and C's apply. But hurry, offer ends June 30, so search Bupa 10 weeks free today.
Jade Robran on 13.95, Adelaide's 5AA.
We should have a karaoke session one day.
Yeah, I'm not a singer.
That doesn't matter. Don't
I
let that
like
stop
good
you.
music, but yeah, welcome,
I'm
Jade. Sorry
brilliant
about that.
in the shower.
Yeah, you what?
I'm a brilliant singer in the
No,
shower.
you're not. You should record yourself one day and have a shower off, sing off.
I could.
Why do we all think we sound good in the shower? Is it the acoustic? Is it?
Because we work in media and we've all got tickets on ourselves.
Oh, please. Talking about tickets, please. Australia need 174 runs to win. They've got 6 wickets in hand. The good news, Uzi's at the crease. Trav Head to come, Green to come, Kez to come. If it doesn't rain, we win. Boom, there I've said it.
Nice. You know
Well,
what?
it's a sneaky little total. It's not 300 in a day. It's 174. If we're patient, hit the loosies, boom. So we'll have Ryan Harris on to talk about that. Campo, Scotty Camporeale is going to do a port half-yearly report. Rory Sloane, because it's Tuesday, he's in. We'll have a bit of a chat to him. And Tonda Hazelwood, he's a supercar driver, races the Mustang number 3. The OTR, the Ben Super Sprint, is on in August. They've got some big announcements and he will make them on our show after 4.
Oh, that is exciting. And Max Michelini from the Crow signed.
Yes, he
2
did.
years, which is exciting for them.
How good is that? He is a gun. Is he one of yours in your fleet?
He is.
Have you got a grab to play of him?
I do. Let's play it now.
Yeah, obviously it didn't take too much convincing. I've loved my time at the club so far. I love the boys and I love where we're going. So, as I said, wasn't too much convincing and I'm really happy that the club's given me this opportunity.
You can hear the smile in his face,
He's
in his
a gun.
voice.
I love his dad,
And he's
4-time
tough
premiership player.
nut.
Look, he is. This is what a lot of coaches say when kids come into the fray. God, I'd love to put an old head on those young shoulders. He's got an old head on young shoulders.
Yes, he does. And do you know what annoys me is that, and look, Nick Dacos will win the Rising Star. Of course he will. A defender just won't, never will. But he will be right up. He should be right up there.
He's got my vote.
He has had a sensational
Nick
year.
Dacos cannot win the Rising Star and the Brownlow for kicking it out and getting a handball receive and then kicking it and get another handball receive and then get another handball receive and then kick it.
Oh my God,
Now,
that's
he
41
kicks it well.
touches.
No, but he kicks it well. But a lot of his touches are from the points
I know.
and the kick outs.
I
Now,
know.
if he was in my team, I'd do the same thing. But have a look
and
at it.
he is sensational. He's a bloody great player.
Sorry,
but
we've got to go. It's
I
3 minutes
agree.
to 4.
Yeah.
We're on after 4. Just quickly, Max Michael-Andy's had 3 goals kicked on him this year.
Far out.
3. Una, dua,
But
trois. Get an
Wow.
Aperol in here tonight. See you, Jade.
All right, well, I'm going to go. You may as well stay in the chair.
thank
Hooroo,
you.
everybody.
The Kilburn Football and Cricket Club is celebrating its 100th year in 2023.
So to celebrate, we're taking the FIVEAA Sports Show on the road this Thursday night.
So make sure you come on down, say good day and join us for all the celebrations from 4 p.m.
It's going to be a great night and plenty of giveaways, so get along, support the iconic South Australian Sporting Club.
Foodland is proud to support the Kilburn Football and Cricket Club and congratulates them on their centenary year.
The Barossa Valley is a place where things mature well and the locals really appreciate good vintage, which is why it makes sense to make the vine change and call the Barossa home. Barossa Village in Anguston, Tanunda and Nuriutpa gives you the retirement lifestyle you deserve. 1, 2 and 3 bedroom homes are now available in safe connected communities under an hour from the city. Mature well and let it breathe at Barossa Village. Find out more at barossavillage.org.
G'day, it's Merv Hughes here. After years of snoring like a train, the missus sent me for a CPAP Direct sleep test. I'm sleeping quiet and waking up refreshed.
Head into CPAP Direct for our end of financial year sale. Masks starting from $169, CPAP machines from $899. Get massive savings on CPAP equipment at your local CPAP Direct store. Exclusive to CPAP Direct and partner stores. T's and C's apply.
Find your local store at cpap.com.au.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. There's never been a better time to see the magic of the mighty Murray River. Treasure it, rediscover it and explore it this winter. Visit southaustralia.com/river revival. Book an SA weekend escape direct with participating hotels this winter and unlock a complimentary minibar. For more, visit saweekendescapes.com.au. TAFE SA needs volunteers to tutor migrants and refugees learning English. Visit tafesa.edu.au/VTS. A message from the Government of South Australia, RTO code 41026. FIVEAA, supporting local business. What's the best thing about winter? Definitely the Bob Burns Blinds Winter Warmer Special. Get super cozy with up to 40% off. That's up to 40% off our entire range of curtains and blinds, including our energy-efficient window coverings. With Bob Burns Blinds, you'll get that quality show home look, and you'll save money on energy bills by trapping the heat in your home. Get set for winter now with the Bob Burns Blinds Winter Warmer Special. Book your free measure and quote at bobburnsblinds.com.au.
Rediscover the joy of driving with Honda's latest mid-sized SUV, the stunning Honda ZR-V. Available now from Formula Honda, Modbury or Glen Osmond. Striking and sporty on the outside, sophisticated and refined on the inside. The Honda ZR-V is comfortably spacious and practical, and packed with intuitive tech, making every drive a dream. The all-new Honda ZR-V at Formula Honda. Test drive today from our 2 locations, Modbury or Glen Osmond.
Tax time is ending soon at Bunnings Trade with less than 2 weeks to go. Get the Makita 18-volt 9-piece combo kit for $1,999. Plus, purchase before June 30 and get a bonus 5-amp battery via redemption. Don't miss tax time at Bunnings Trade.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Cloudy this afternoon, showers tomorrow and 15. With the 4 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Get 10-year warranty and 10 years capped price servicing on the new Mitsubishi Outlander at Agostino Mitsubishi.
A 25-year-old man from metropolitan Adelaide has been admitted to hospital with meningococcal disease.